Good morning, Julie. It's Tuesday. Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I don't know how I got that wrong. And it's morning. It's like early in the morning too. I'm filming this while I'm at my bus stop because it's Wednesday and I'm going to be busy, and so I have to upload it after school, so I have to film by school. So I'm going to talk about names. Because you mentioned the name of our channel in your video yesterday. And, well, it's named sombremesa, which it was supposed to be sobremesa, which is a slightly different concept, and I'm kind of worried I won't be able to film this before the bus gets here, which means I'll have to film it, I don't know, at school or something, and they'll all think I'm crazy instead of just one person thinking I'm crazy. This is Esther, who now thinks I'm crazy. Oh look, there's another person who thinks I'm crazy now. I'll have to explain this to her later. Anyway, it was supposed to be sobremesa, which is the time spent at the lunch or dinner table talking to friends and family. It's the idea of getting closer. In most Hispanic culture, there's this idea of la cena, which is the meal in the middle of the day, but it's kind of our dinner, because in the Mediterranean climate, those hours from about 1 to 3 were like really hot and ridiculous, and so they gave them off work then, and all the workers would go home to their families as the kids got off school, and they would have this nice big meal and, you know, spend time together before all the workers went back to work for another couple of hours in the late afternoon or late evening as it got cooler. And this continued into Latin American civilization is still a big part of their culture, which is probably where the word comes from, because the word literally means about the table, or around the table, or above, you know, spatial relationship to the table. I also want to talk about personal names, though, and I found this really cool quote by Leon Bloy or something. I don't know. I don't speak French. Clearly, I speak Spanish. Anyway, who's this guy? And he said that no human being on Earth is capable of knowing who he really is, what he came to this earth to do, or to what his acts, feelings, and ideas correspond, or what his real name is, his imperishable name in the registry of lights. And I like that idea that we have an imperishable name that sort of describes who we are. You see this in a lot of things. I was just talking the other day about the Aragon books, the Inheritance Cycle, and in that series, they have those true names in that old language or whatever that aren't just a name for the thing, but actually describe the thing. Because a lot of the times, we just use names that just happen to be arbitrary names. Like that. Oh, sorry, that's a glove. That's a stop sign. But I mean, it could be anything. We could call it anything, and it would retain a stop sign. And that's why you get things, rather, for English, that, like Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet, when she famously says, "Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?" And then later on, you know, a rose was by any other name would smell as sweet, and so would Romeo, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes. I don't remember the rest of the line. Anyway, because names aren't us, they're just names. And so when you started your video, you said, "Hello, Mickey," and that was what you called me, and that was my name. But there are other people, mostly people who know me, like, in real life, who would call me Raven, because that's my first name. And even though I didn't like my first name for a while, and that's why you call me Mickey. Or there are people, actually, I think it's mostly just Bex, who would call me Eduardo, or you occasionally, when typing, would call me Aclio. And yes, I agree, it's very hard not to type for you, because I also saw you on AIM, and I really wanted to send you a message, and I was like, no, I can't. I actually had to remove you from my favorites and AIM so that you would not be up at the top, because I could see you. So I had to move you down there so that I couldn't see you as easily. Was there anything else I was gonna... Oh, New Year's. Happy New Year's. I was going to post in your thread on HRPG about New Year's, and then I realized I don't actually know if I had a very good year. So I'll hold off. My bus isn't here yet. That's good. And I have 30 seconds left. Maybe I'll just sign off now. It sucks that you work so much. I have to go to school. Also sucks. So, bye, Julia. I'll see you tomorrow. You'll see me Friday.